Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to my new subscribers as well. Okay, so we're doing one that you're all gasping for. Are we going to be together? So you can do this if you've broken up, you can do this if you haven't broken up, you can do this if it's your long lost crush, you can do this if it's just your crush, you can fill in the gap. Again, it's going to work on the strongest mutual energy. We'll do deck 1 and deck 2. Are we going to be together? So think about you, think about the person that you are thinking of. And remember, this is going to work on the strongest mutual energy between you all. So if it doesn't resonate, just remember it for a later date because it normally comes up. Number 1, number 2, pick a deck. And if you want to look at it in a private reading, just email mysticlovetarot@gmail.com. Let's go. Okay. Can you get me into the mutual energy of those that picked deck number 1? Are them and the person they are thinking of going to end up together? Are they going to be together? What's that? Feeder, just today. Song for you. Just today? Is that what it's called? Yeah. All by myself. Oh, I don't know why the girl is clairaudient to the girl that cannot sing. Right, think about your person. Can you get me into their thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions, thought processes? Can we get into possibilities, probabilities, choices, chances, changes, and potential outcomes of those that picked deck number 1 and their person? Oof. Guys, just step down close. Okay, and he says one more. And then we're going to go draw up a spread. Okay, 10 cards all together. Can you tell me, are them and their person going to be together? Their collective, 1, 2. Are they going to end up together? 3. 4. 5. Okay, this works, obviously it works for my third party followers as well. If your person is with someone else, it's still the same energy. And again, it will still run on the collective mutual energy just because the third party cards come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 overall, please. I'm going for 11. I've changed my mind. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's not going to be any timings with regard to this deck because you are all in very different situations, you are all at very different stages, and every single situation that you are going through is going to be different, like the third parties and if you've been breaking up for a while, blah, 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 you're all at really different stages, so I can't give you a mutual timing between you all. But it will vary from... Probably, it feels to be a couple of months to a couple of years, depending on where you are and depending what your individual circumstances are. So if you want to look at that in a private reading, just drop me an email. So what's happened? At this point in time, it looks like your person has majority walked, or you have walked away from the situation. You feel like you've left these 2 cups at the bottom for true love. You kind of left them to the side. You're focusing on yourself at the moment. You've been trying to reach out to them and they've just kind of been a little bit ignorant to it, or they've been, majority of you've tried to reach out to them. If you haven't, that's just you trying to send energy to them and make them feel a little bit better. You feel like the clock is ticking and you feel like nothing is happening. You're kind of feeling like you're in this standstill mode. So runners and chasers kind of gone out the window. You are just in being a standstiller, as I say to my friend. You're a standstiller. You've got the 6 cups at the bottom of this deck there, of this card there for reconciliation. So it is going to shift forward for you with the collective energy. The love cards, 2 cups at the side again for true love. It's right, it is there. And the reconciliation is there as well. But you're just trying to get your head level at the moment. They're trying to level their head out. They are in fear at the moment. They're feeling like Tweedledum and Tweedledee. I love this deck so much. But the red thread between the 2 of you, that's the, what do they call it? The red thread of destiny or something like that. You are connected. You are connected. And they say that that thread is meant to be linked with 2 people that are meant to be together. And Tweedledum and Tweedledee have got that. Also echoing the twins, twin flames. So even though these fears are kind of rising up within them, and they're rising up within you as well, because you're thinking, oh God, what if we're never together? What if this is all been for nothing? Have I wasted my time? Just got another song for you, Eagles Wasted Time. Have I wasted my time? These fears are kind of what's overwhelming you all at this point in time, but this red thread is kind of gathering you together. So you've got reconciliation here, you've got the red thread of destiny, so it's looking really, really promising for the majority of you. Again, works on the collective majority energy. Again, if you're third party, try not to let it get to you. It's all a matter of time. I'm hearing divine timing is at play with a lot of people in this deck. And if you're not third party, some of your people will be having addictions or alcohol or drugs or escapism. So there's a whole lot of something else affecting this relationship. But again, it's part of this fear. It's this running mode. It's going into runner stages. It's trying to hide away from the truth of the situation. The energy between the two of you is really, really strong, and it is really, really intense. And this red thread of destiny freaks them out. Also, the idea of twin flames will freak them out. So if you are a twin flame, some of you are higher vibrational soulmates, not just, it's still just as important. Higher vibrational soulmates. Some of you are karmic, but majority of you is either twin flames or soulmates. And some of you have got karma with your person as well. Might be worth having a look at doing some past life regression if you can, to see if you can clear up any karma. And if you want a past life reading doing, let me know, because I do them as well. So that's kind of happening here too. They are watching what you are up to with the Page of Swords. Now some of you will say to me, I've got them blocked, or they've got me blocked, it can't happen, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter, it's completely irrelevant. You and I both know that if there is a will, there is a way, and you can see past that. So the Page of Swords is always someone that's kind of watching over you, seeing what's actually happening. They're trying to slice their fears away. They know that they want to be with you. They do understand that they can feel it, they can sense it, and every part of their soul is pulling you towards them with a divine relationship. So they're trying to slice these fears, and when they're looking at what you're up to and what you are doing, these fears still kind of come to the surface. And they try and see past them, and they try and move past them, but it's like this big block is just put in the way. And it's a block that they put up by themselves. It's like a self-defense mechanism. A lot of them have had really difficult lives. I'm not saying that everyone's really had a difficult life. You know, we've all had crap. But they quite a few of them will hold a grudge towards that, which has made them quite selfish in their outlook. And if they are scared, they will run. And that's basically what's happened. Some of your arguments some of you have broken up through massive arguments, or some of you haven't even broken up, you haven't really ever been together, but the energy is really intense and that scares them. Some of you, again, it's third parties and you've had a relationship, obviously the situation has kind of gone and took control, and you've had to kind of take a step back. So you're all at really different stages, but they are scared and they are frightened, but it doesn't mean that you're not meant to be together. It's just that it's a kind of a not yet, it's a bit of a pause button on it. You've got a Judgment, so this is where you currently are at the moment. Judgment and the Four of Swords, sorry. You're having a rest, the choice and decision has been made. The rabbit on this, Alice in Wonderland, we all know he goes, I'm late for a very important date. So the rabbit on this, he's on his way back towards you. He's trying to go down the rabbit hole. He knows, or your person knows, that when they get into this relationship, they're going down the rabbit hole, and it's going to just open them up to so many different new aspects and so many different sides of life that they have never seen before. You know, I couldn't ever imagine waking up and not being spiritual. I get messages all day, every day, as soon as I wake up. And this is kind of what's happening. They're worrying that if they go down this relationship on a subconscious level, all of these things that they are not fully aware of or not open to are going to suddenly start coming out. And that scares them as well, because it's going to be this massive change and their life is never going to be the same again. So that's scaring them as well. You're having a period of rest. Keep focusing on yourself. Keep looking after you. You've both got your armour up, you're both on self-protect. A lot of you are thinking, well, if they come back, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Wait till see how you feel when they do get back in touch, because with the best will in the world, you can plan it. But you'll feel something completely different when they do return. They are going to be making moves back towards you. Again, there isn't a timing on this. The Page of Cups are staring at me here as well. So they're in the Page of Pentacles energy. You're in the Page of Cups energy. You're not quite meeting in the middle just yet. You just kind of got each other's backs turned towards each other. You're looking for divine purpose, for higher aspects. You're feeling quite small. at the moment, but it will come. You are going to grow. They are weighing up the choices, weighing up the decisions. They're keeping their cards close to their chest for now, and they're looking for the stability and security within themselves. And once they've done that, that is when the moves towards you will happen with the Star card. So moving towards you with the Star. Stars always remind me of baby Jesus and following the wise men, following the star to where they wanted to be. On the right path, moving it forward, all the stars around them. It's like these little goalposts that have got to kind of be hit. As you know, in divine relationships are never easy, and they're never quick, and they're never simple. But that's why the stars are there. The little lights are lining the way, guiding you along the way. It's kind of a bit like dominoes. The top domino has to go, and then everything else gets to fall into place. And once that happens, you've got the Lovers, you've got the Ace of Wands, and you've got the Ace of Swords. So in between the two of you, you've got your mutual ground with the Lovers looking towards each other. So once we step out of this page energy, we'll come up to a Knight energy and we'll make moves. Some of you are going to hear from them quicker than others, but just be aware that they are trying to get their shit together. They are watching what's kind of going on. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, passionate new beginnings, and beginnings based on a situation. Now the situation is obviously going to be everything that has kind of happened up to date and moving it forward. The King and Queen are looking at each other. The butterfly has completely transformed. You're standing in red energy, secure and stable. So it's kind of having a bit of a break for now with the Four of Swords. But the majority of you, yeah, you are going to get back together. You are. You are. Once these kind of fears subside and situations kind of give it time to unfurl. Again, I'm being shown the rose. Give it time. If you try and pick a rose, get a rose to unfurl before it's ready, you'll break the petals. You've got to water it and love it. And as the light and the energy kind of hits it, that's when it naturally opens. And that's what's kind of got to happen. You've got to let these petals unfurl naturally for the situation to move forward. But it will do if you give it time and you give it love and you give it energy and you relax and look after yourself. Take a step back. You're in this period of healing at the moment. Try not to overwhelm yourself with what they are up to and what they are doing. Remember, reconciliation is at the bottom. You've got the 2 cups for love, and even though they've walked away for the time being with the 8 of cups, it's a matter of time. And they're coming back, and spirit are guiding you. You're not as blocked as you feel you are. You are being a standstiller rather than a chaser or a runner. But the cycle is the dominoes are naturally going to fall around you, so there's no point trying to push them. You can manifest it to speed it up. If you want a manifesting plan, let me know. If not, watch the manifesting video. Manifesting can speed the process up because obviously they want to be with you. There's just different blocks as to why at this point in time you are where you are. But it's going to shift and it's going to change, and this relationship is going to move forward, and you'll be looking for a bright future together with your 2 aces and your Lovers. So it's really good. They are really good cards. I'll be dead happy if I picked that one. Okay, that's deck number 1. If you want to book a private reading, email mysticlovetarot email mysticlovetarot@gmail.com. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's just mysticlovetarot. Okay, number 2. What am I on? 13. Can you get me into my collective's deck energy of deck number 2? So just like deck number 1, it's going to work on the collective energy between you all. It doesn't matter what your situations are, what your situations have been, if you're a third party, if you've been single, if it's someone you're crushing on, if it's an ex, because it works on the strongest mutual energy between you all. So I dip into all your energies, I pull out the strongest one. Remember that time is also irrelevant because there's no such thing as time in the higher dimensions, which is how psychics work, how we tap into the past, the present and the future. Okay, think about your person. Can I get into their person's thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions and thought processes of deck number 2? Thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions and thought processes. Okay, I've just got a Disney song for you. Little Mermaid, part of your world. That's coming through. You can just see Ariel singing on a rock, which is really good. That's a promising sign. Okay, and can you get me into the person's thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions, thought processes, possibilities, probabilities, choices, chances, changes, and potential outcomes of deck number 2? Are them and their person going to be together? That's what we all want to know. Is it going to work out? Right, let's go. Can I have 5 for the middle row, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good cards so far. Is she good cards? 4 for the bottom. 1, 2, 3. I just heard sharing is caring. Talk about energy. Okay. Your overall outcome is really, really good. So I'm going to start off with the outcome with you lot and work backwards, okay? So overall outcome, 2 of Cups, the World, and the 6 of Wands. So this is saying, yes, it's true love, yes, there's victory, and yes, there's union, okay? So these are really, really positive cards. These are your overall outcome. You're going to be going into a place of strength. You are feeling much stronger within yourself. You are starting to energetically reach out towards one another, which is what they're saying by sharing is caring. Or caring is sharing, whichever way Spirit said it. They're trying to find the middle ground at the moment, the energy between the two of you, and you're reaching out to one another on an energetic level. Some of your you lot's dreams is going to be really, really intense and strong at the moment. Try not to let nightmares get to you. I had a bad one the other day about this car crash that I was involved in, and I woke up in like a rat's sweat, and then I was like, no, wait. Think about it, think what the dream is trying to tell you, see it from a bigger perspective. Now that wasn't a 5D level, that was my little subconscious brain ticking in about what's going on in my life. But remember that, try to analyse the dreams, not the spiritual ones, but the less spiritual ones. Try and think them through a little bit, because that is your brain telling you which kind of direction you're meant to be taking. And Spirit are influencing the dreams that aren't 5D. They're influencing your dreams to kind of get you the information that you're not getting on a daily basis. If you're not tapped in, tuned in, turned on, and you're doing your cards every day and they're saying the same thing or not saying the same thing and you're getting frustrated, Spirit are trying to communicate through your dreams to you. So when in normal waking life, I have said this a few times, we work on alpha, beta brainwaves. When we go to sleep, we go to delta, which is like states of meditation, and then we go up to theta, which is when we're conked out. And delta and theta, more in the delta brainwave, that's when Spirit find it easier to communicate with you. When you're theta, you're a little bit more conked out. But when you're on this delta brainwave, or you're feeling like you remember your dreams, or you're meditating, this is when Spirit are communicating with you. So even if it feels like a quite earthly dream, like my car crash thing that happened in the dream, it's there's more going on to that. So if you can try and see it from a different, try and analyse it to work out what your brain is telling you or what Spirit are telling you, it's going to push you on the right pathway. So please listen to your dreams. Your overall answer is yes. Again, I'm not going to be able to give you timings for deck 2 because you're all at very different stages and you're all in very, very different situations. So if you want to look at individual timings, we'd have to do it on a personal reading. You are standing strong in your spiritual energy. We've got the Empress here, so remember it's never gender specific or sexually orientated. Please don't be my door. If it is, I'm going to take you with me. So you've got the Emperor standing there in your strong energy. You are feeling a little bit vulnerable from the situation. They're feeling like, you are feeling that they've kind of just sliced you with the Knight of Swords, which is why you are feeling vulnerable. But you've been working things through and you've been thinking it all through and you've been working out what you want and you've been making backup plans as well, which is quite good really. Which is why the dreams are kind of coming through to show you which direction you're meant to be which direction you're meant to be going down. Obviously you have free will and you can completely make your own mind up about which direction you want to take, but Spirit will be guiding you and advising you. Your person's feeling quite heavily burdened at the moment. Now this isn't just to do with love, this is to do with work, this is to do, it's either going to be my postman or my door. That's my post. Hates my postman, most placid dog in the wheel, can't stand my postman. Right, 10 of Wands, so they're feeling heavily burdened by it. They've got a lot of the weight of the world on their shoulders. They're trying to feel more stable within themselves and they're focusing on the stability and the security that they can provide for themselves. They're feeling that if you and them come together at this point in time, they are not going to be good enough for you. And again, that's the majority of this deck. That's not every single person watching this, but a lot of your people feel that if you come with them together right now, they're either not ready, they're not good enough, they've got enough crap going on, yada yada yada, they've got enough going on up here, so they're just feeling heavily burdened by it all at the moment. They are going to be reaching out to you again. So you've got the Two of Cups here where your hands are more meeting in the middle. You've got the Six of Pentacles. This is them starting to reach out towards you. Even if that's third party, again, try and make the person that they are with irrelevant, because all you are doing is manifesting them being together rather than the two of you being together. So keep focused on the end goal, but keep focused on what it is that you want, and manifest, manifest, manifest. Stand in your power. Six of Swords. Some of you are due a holiday, some of your people are currently away at the moment. You're also mirroring of your heartbreak, so you're feeling sad over here, they're feeling sad over here. You've got the burdens kind of in the middle, but you've also got the masculine energy in the background. Actually, it could also be feminine energy, to be fair. You've got them, even though you're seeing it from different perspectives and different points of view, you've got the masculine or feminine energy in the centre ground with the block. And you're both trying to reach towards each other, but this kind of pain is overwhelming you both at the moment. And this block is just in the way, but the sun is going to melt the iceberg. And once that melts, Two of Cups moving towards you. You've got the Seven of Cups, you've got the Ten of Swords, so they're feeling... they are feeling really like they've let you down. You're feeling like they've let you down. Just my eyes gone dead itchy. I always get dead itchy when I start reading it. My brother's in spirit and he sits there and he pokes me head because I'm in spirit energy. It feels like your person is actually feeling worse than you. So if you say to me, oh Ali, I feel really, really bad, your person is actually feeling worse than you at this point in time, because they've got it feels as if a lot of them are taking the whole world on their shoulders, and they've got a lot of grudges, not to do with you necessarily, but to do with other things, lots of grudges, lots of resentment, and they're holding on to it. They can see that they have a number of emotional choices that they need to make, and to be fair, their end goal is to be happy, and they know deep down that happiness is with you, but they're just trying to get themselves more sorted first. And again, think about the long term, think about the end goal, your victory, your will, your union, your energies aligning together, moving forward. You're both going to hold on to the situation as well, and being told, I just dropped one. You're both going to hold on to the situation, and you will keep seeing it from different perspectives, because you are different people. Even though a lot of you, this is a divine relationship and you are interlinked, you are different people. I always try and think, if you are in a twin flame relationship, think of yourself as a four-legged animal, and while you were trying to pull, say your back legs got stuck in mud, your person is your back legs, you are the front legs, you are trying to move forward, you're trying to pull your person out of the mud, but they are stuck, and until they're ready, you are stuck as well. So it's that kind of standstilling energy as well. I was just saying that in deck one, it's not running, chasing, it's standstilling. But they are gonna, once their legs start to unstick, once they start making these choices and choices, chances and changes from themselves, once they start doing that, your front legs will carry their back legs, and you will both move forward together and come into union, or the equivalent. Again, if you're not twin flames, it's irrelevant really, but that's just the philosophy that I tend to use on it. Knight of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Your person is feeling lonely. Once they've made all these choices and decisions, they're actually going to realise that they are missing out on you, and make moves back towards you with the Knight of Cups, someone that is completely and utterly in love with you. And like I said, I start at the end result, start where the ending is. Start where the ending is. Oh, it's the one that I threw on the floor. Victory, union, and true love. So yeah, looks like you will come back round together. They've just got to get themselves sorted, and you will be mirroring in that aspect as well. So if you feel like you have got spiritual stuff that needs to be done, if you're trying to push the relationship before it's ready, there is work that needs to be done. I hate to say that, I really do. I know how frustrating it is. Oh, trust me, I know. But keep moving it forward, keep focusing on you, keep doing your inner work, keep doing your healing, keep doing your self-love, keep keeping yourself occupied more than anything. Just stop you dwelling on it and let it naturally happen. It looks really, really promising. It looks really, really good. If this is what you want, please remember you have free will, so you can make your mind up. There is always going to be a chance for you and this person to be together, but if you choose not to, you choose not to. If you choose to, you choose to. So it's down to you really, but at the end of the day, you're going to have that choice, which is what all of you want. So it's really promising, and that's the thing with divine relationships. They're shit from a 3D level, sorry Spirit. They're shit from a 3D level. From a higher perspective level, they're great. But they're not easy, but you will always have the choice, because you have that choice to be together or you have that choice to walk away. And the end result is that it will largely be down to you, what you choose. But you will be given that choice, which is always lovely. Try not to put a timing on it, because if you put a timing on it, you press pause. I know that's hard as well. I do give timings in readings. I tell you to give them a bit of leeway because of free will. But they're normally not that far out in a way. So... but it depends on your person's free will, it depends on what they want, and it depends on what you want and what moves you make, yada 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 yada. And that's it. So if you want to book a private reading, email mysticlovetarot@gmail.com. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's just mysticlovetarot. I love you all, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.